So, hey everyone, welcome to another new video. I'm your host Mayuk, and welcome to another new podcast. So, in today's podcast, we are going to interact with a voice artist, to be very precise, an international voice artist. And today, the whole video will be in English. আজকে আনফরচুনেটলি বাংলাতে কথা বলতে পারবো না, কারণ যিনি আছেন আমাদের গেস্ট তিনি বাংলা আনফরচুনেটলি বুঝতে পারেন না।
अरे टेंशन नहीं लेने का अपन है ना।
So, anyways, today our guest is Josh Portillo. He's a voice artist from United States, and we are very much thankful to him that he showed interest in our podcast. So the thing is that Josh has recently given his voice for an Indian anime series named Trio. So in our last podcast, we had an interaction with the supervisor of Trio anime and manga, Mr. Saurabh Rai Chaudhary. And very recently, Trio had launched its anime trailer in Delhi Comic Con, and we got to hear Josh's voice as well over there. So now it's time to call our guest. So let's begin. Hello Josh, how are you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. It is, hold on here. It is like 8:40. I'm still waking up, so I got my coffee, so it's all good.
Okay. From where you're speaking right now, Josh? Which place?
I am speaking from Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. It is about 8:53 right now, EST, in the morning.
And it's 7:23 in India right now. So EST versus IST. Very well.
That time change, mate. That time change right there. That's 10 hours. Yeah, 10 hours, I think,
10.5 hours maybe.
or 9 hours. I suck at math. That's all I'm gonna say. I suck at math. So, yeah, correct.
10.5 hours. Yeah.
That's a long time. That's a
Yeah.
really long time.
Yeah. Is it cold there?
Weather, yeah. Okay, yeah. It's okay. It's funny because in Florida, it's really known. It's the Sunshine State, so it's really known to just be very hot all the time, muggy, humid. Anytime you walk outside, it's like you're freaking like drenched in sweat. It's like, oh, I'm cold in my house, and then you go outside and it's just like, oh, time to take another shower. So it's like that. But right now, it's okay. I'd say around the 60s. If I'm gonna be a weatherman right now, it's gonna be a little chilly out here, and in the 60s, maybe a cool little 50s in the morning, that sort of thing. But around this time, it gets a little chilly. But in January, that's when it gets like really cold here. Yeah, but it never snows here. It never snows, unfortunately. We have a beach here, Jack's Beach. So,
Yeah.
it could be Christmas Day, and if it's 70 degrees, heck, go to the beach after opening up presents, man. So, yeah, it's pretty nice here. It's pretty nice.
So Josh, can you please now introduce yourself to our audience who don't know you?
Sure. So my name is Josh Portillo. I am a full-time Asian voice actor, and I've been doing it since 2018. And I went full-time around 2022. Could have went full-time at the beginning of the year of 2022, but I decided to keep my day job just for safe reasons, and just to build up more income and all that kind of stuff. Because that's the one thing I will say as a full-timer is I do narration work, character work. I've done a good amount of ADR at this point, dubbing, remote dubbing, I shall say, with live action and some animation. Have done some anime, but I can't say what it is because of NDA, those 3 cursed letters I hate. And yeah, I've worked with some companies like Nintendo, Crayola, Marvel, and a few others. But yeah, it's been a rewarding career so far. Just building, just continuing to build each day, each month, each year, and yeah, that's pretty much me. Again, I will say just more up and coming, and just trying to be a good influence anywhere I go.
And I have a part question to ask. Like, where do you work other than being a voice actor? You said you're doing.
Where do I work besides?
Besides being
Oh
a
yeah. So besides voice acting, back then I was a desk worker. I worked at my old college, and I was working at one of the dorm areas. It was a full-time gig, and it was a fine job and everything, but I just wasn't happy. And man, or in my case, the 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. shift will definitely get on your nerves after a while. And there would be times, because you got to show how much you want it, like how much you want your craft, how much you want, your passion. I remember doing voiceover classes while at work.
summer classes.
It was kind of doing classes like in a Zoom call, like what we're doing right now.
Okay.
I'd be in a Zoom class, like a voiceover class with a bunch of voice actors, people I knew, people I didn't know, and I would be acting while at work. And then if somebody walked in, like a student or an adult or anybody, an older adult, of course, like come in and ask for help, like my student needs this or my child needs this and everything, I had to stop like mid monologue, like being all emotional and everything, stop and be like, hi, how you doing? What do you need? I did that many times. And that's just how much you're gonna have to want it. Find that time to learn and all that kind of stuff. Again, I quit that job about in October, or I can't even remember now. It's September or October of last year. And I could have quit even in January or February. I could have, but again, I wanted to save up that money, and it's just been good. It's hard. Going full time is hard. I will say it's not an easy road at the beginning. Just keeping up with clients, some will fall through. I will be honest with you. One of my clients who I got most of my income from this year, unfortunate stuff happens, and the stuff that we had kind of fell through, and that income was lost. I had to find more clients, and that was very, I tried not to panic, all that kind of stuff. But once I found the clients that really wanted to work with me, I got that income back. And that's just the challenges of being full-time. You got to be your own boss, and you have to be very disciplined and be very encouraging. And I haven't been the best cheerleader for myself. Anybody who I've been close to knows that, and it's just this field has really taught me.
For me also, when we actually started this BONGANIME, we also faced few sad challenges, like in Bengali and in India, anime scene was not that much popular over here, but still we managed somehow. And most of the people didn't watch anime; they used to consider it to be Japanese cartoons and all for kids, those stereotypical.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a cliche. It was a cliche thing.
And regarding BONGANIME also, we were like for last few months we were pretty much inconsistent, but again we have started giving videos right now. And like your podcast video also, I don't know when I'm going to edit and upload. It takes time actually, editing and all. It takes a lot of time. And not only podcasts, we even make anime discussion videos. So yeah, so trying to cope up with everything. Okay.
Yes, you have to. I mean, and you gotta like I'm talking not just at you, but like for everybody. Just like you have to be resilient and be relentless in your pursuit for that goal that dream. There will be obstacles, there will be detours. Sometimes you'll definitely feel behind. In your case with the YouTube channel, you can't sometimes look at the numbers. You just have to do what you're passionate about. Because over in India, where you all are at, if and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like it is like they're 10 to 15 years behind in this genre, and you all are basically the pioneers that are going to put that in the forefront for everybody to see. And it's not an easy task, so I applaud you for doing that. You and Sarav, our friend, trio,
Yeah.
um building that up. And then I know there were other creators at the new Delhi Comic-Con that were trying to do the same thing that you all are trying to do. So it's very admirable. It's very brave. It's very something to look forward to, because again, in the next 5 years or so, India is going to have this genre, and they're gonna take it and run with it, like you all are trying to right now. So just starting that up and being that foundation is great, but I know it can be discouraging in the beginning. It's always discouraging, it's always hard, but just keep going strong, man.
Thank you so much. So next we will move on to the basic questions now. From where did your voice actor journey start, and what are the projects you have worked in? You can mention some of your specific projects. Like you said, you have worked in some animes as well. If you want to tell.
Just to give you a quick background story, my friend and I started this in 2018. My friend wanted to do voice acting. He's a voice actor too. I live with him. And we were playing this one video game series called Danganronpa. And long story short, we both got the bug to really voice act. And so we decided in 2018, to get our equipment and all that kind of stuff. The equipment that we got was a AT2020 cardioid condenser microphone. And then I can't remember the interface that we got, but we got into it. We started auditioning. It was very hard at the beginning. I used to have a speech impediment, stutter a lot, all that kind of stuff. Not very articulate, but as time went on and as we practiced, I got better at talking, took classes, learned more about the field, learned if I ever wanted to do this full time, I had to spread myself in different areas. Also learned that sometimes you're not going to get what you want, or not at first, and you're going to have to go through years of work to get there. So just knowing that, trying to put myself into all the fields, like narration work, ads, character work, commercials can be hard because they're so competitive, but that's one field I know I want to get into more in the future. And just anything else, and I know people, we're all getting scared of AI and everything, and I hate it because I don't want AI to take voiceover jobs, writing jobs, all that crap. But I do feel like there's going to be, there's always going to be a need for human, genuine, voices and creativity. Just want to put that out there. But fast forward to 2022 to now, around this time, went full time, put in the hours of, learning and all that kind of stuff, and still learning. I'm always learning. And some of the projects that I've been able to do, there's Broken Beat, which is an original anime made by my friend Richard, and his company, Creative Theory World, and Magnetic Studios. They're making this anime, and it's pretty cool. Not going to give a lot on that. I've been a part of some animes, but again, if I say what they were, I'm going to get in trouble, so I can't do that.
Okay.
I can't say what, I can't say what I've been a part of. I've been a part of a lot of animation stuff. There's this one animation show that I got the lead in, and I found out later on that the animation project as a whole won an Emmy back in 2018. So I'm just like, okay, that's wild. Have been in a few animated movies. One of them is Goodbye Monster that came out this year. Came out really well. It was my first time doing a dubbing project, and I was a lead in. So I was like, okay, yeah, this is challenging, but it's testing me, and that's good. With Crayola, we did this one show, Scribble Scrubbies. It's a children's show, and I had a bunch of friends that got into that as well. That was really fun. That could be seen on YouTube. And then there are a few others too. Being a Marvel fan, I got to work on this ad for one of their games, Marvel Snap. And the companies that were working with them were associated with Marvel and all that, so that was fun. Yeah, there's just a bunch. There's a good amount, but most of it I can't even share because of just 3 letters, NDA. I hate it. Now it's very, very much of a blessing to have done as much as I have while in Jacksonville. For anybody who sees this and wants to be a voice actor, it can be hard remote. It can be very hard. You'll definitely feel more alienated. You'll feel more like you're not good enough. You'll pin yourself against everybody. And I don't mean to be negative. I don't mean to bring this down. It could be very challenging, but you just have to stay encouraged and know that you're on your own path. You're on your own, you're growing on your own pace. You have to take responsibility for that. And you have to know that anything that you do is worth it.
Now, moving on to our next question is, what is the scenario of voice acting industry in your country right now?
I would say the current state of voiceover work, voice acting in my country is, of course, anime is booming. Anime is booming.
Yeah.
There is, I think Crunchyroll, each season they have so many animes like released, and they're working hard over there. I know that because I just came from a trip from over there, just to see some friends, and they told me, how much they're working and how much they're pulling, shows out of the woodworks just to show to the people, to the public. So that's good. And in LA, there was a strike. There was an entertainment writer's strike, an actor
writer's
strike. Just for the SAG-AFTRA, the Writing Guild, their strike.
It affected the movie industry a lot, what I got to hear.
No, yeah, it affects the movie industry really because of just people wanting their benefits, not wanting AI to take over their jobs, and then this kind of like dabbled into voiceover work as the time went on, it was a long haul, waiting for months on end to see what happens, and they've come to an agreement. I feel like, and any actor who watches this can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's always stuff to improve. There's always stuff to get better, and I feel like there is still some things that need to be taken care of, especially with AI. People, actors, writers, ourselves, even what we're even doing right now, even like it needs to be protected. There needs to be assurance that entertainers as a whole, creative minds as a whole, can still have their jobs, can still have their livelihoods. And in the US, I can only speak for the US, that stuff is in not jeopardy, but it's in we're on people. It's like it's just hard because AI is already taking like different parts, and there are different companies that want to use AI to take those jobs, to help with background work, to take away those jobs, and that's kind of the current state we're in. So what we're wanting to push right now is just that reassurance that we're going to keep our jobs, that no generated machine is going to steal our voices. Actually, I mean, now that I mention it, just as a little like example of the state that we're in, my friend had his voice stolen by a company recently that used it with AI.
My God.
And they were selling it, and the company wanted to take the credit for that. They didn't even mention my friend. They didn't ask him. That's like if someone took your voice out of one of the Bong anime videos on YouTube, used it, made a brand with it, did not ask your permission, and they wanted to be the face of India's new anime forefront. They used your voice, but they never asked for it.
Nowadays, like you mentioned, AI is taking over everything. It's even stealing voices. Nowadays apps are also coming out which are like doing mimicry of other celebrities, or it can even mimic your voice as well, and it can produce a newly generated voice. And I follow a lot of memes in social media. Over there also they make memes on some celebrities and how their voices would look like.
Yep, that's a thing, and it's funny. I mean, it's funny. I know we've all seen it, all of us on social media. But if you put that in a different light, I mean, some companies will look at that and be like, "Hey, wait, we can use that. We don't have to pay $2,000 for these group of background actors. We don't have to pay $2,000, for 5 hours for this one voice actor who's done a lot of work." That's the state we're in, and it's not good. But I feel like our field will push through. I have hope that our as entertainers, we bring all of us podcasters, entertainers, we bring a voice to the people. We show emotion to the people, something that can't be created by a machine. We have genuine, and to show out that genuine emotion, to show out that genuine, show our talk with our genuine voices, and even if I stutter and all that kind of stuff, it's genuine. So just to show that to the people, I feel like that'll never leave. Yeah, that's my hope. And of course, like, I'm not saying I'm pro AI or anything, but unfortunately, the reality is, it will be used as a tool at some point, more so than it has in the past. I know we've had like AI generated stuff, like iPhone, like Siri, like Bixby or anything like that. So whatever advancements that we make in it, it will be used as a tool, and we need to, unfortunately get used to that. But the one thing that I do not want is for it to take jobs, to take livelihood, to take our voices away, to steal what we've genuinely worked for, So, yeah, that's the state we're in. Anime is booming on a like I said, anime is booming in a very big, on a positive note. Anime in America, Mayuk, has gotten so big. Like, back when I was a kid, it was a cliche, or not a cliche. It was just a weird area to like. Like, if you said at school, like, "Oh, I watched Sailor Moon," it's like, what the hell? It's like, you don't watch American cartoon, like, you don't watch Cartoon Network, like, you watch that comes on at, like, I don't know, 5 p.m. or some stuff, or some crap. Like, come on. There was Toonami here in the US a while back, and I believe it's still is here now. But back then, when Toonami came, that's when anime started to slowly get into the forefront of the Western audiences. As the years have gone on, it's just grown, and now it's a part of culture. You see actors like Michael B. Jordan and some others, loving that stuff and having influences. Like, for example, the movie Creed 3 in particular, with him and some other people. He was the director, and his biggest influences was Hajime no Ippo and I believe Naruto. Yeah, Naruto, Hajime no Ippo, and a few others. And you can totally see it.
I had one more question to ask that like in regarding voice acting only, this anime also I know certain like popular voice actors. Like I know about Christopher Sabat, who gave voice of Vegeta in Dragon Ball, and he gave voice for many iconic characters. So
Yep.
I wanted to ask you also as well, like who are the like most popular voice actors over there right now?
Oh goodness. Okay, yeah. So popular voice actors right now. You're always gonna have your Christopher Sabbats. You're gonna have your Sean Schimmels. You're gonna have your Sonny Straits. You're gonna have your Monica Rials, who are all great. You're gonna have your Johnny Young Bosch's. You're gonna have Christina V. You're gonna have Alex Lee, Griffin Burns. All these great individuals who have worked their asses off and have gotten to the top. There's right now. I'm trying to think of some other ones. My favorite one, personally, no offense to any of the people that I mention, is J. Michael Tatum. He's the one that voices Okabe in Steins Gate. He's yep.
Steins Gate.
Yeah, he
I'm
did
mad
amazing.
scientist.
Mad scientist. I love that character. I love that series.
I am a mad scientist.
And he did a great job in it. Justin Briner, Deku, from My Hero. I don't want to get his name wrong. I can get names wrong, unfortunately. Clifford Chapin, who is Bakugo. He's good. There are some good ones. My friends. Marianne Bray, she does some good work in anime. She's done a few leads. There's trying to think of more. Yeah, I mentioned Christina V. Christina V is one of my favorites. She does Miraculous Ladybug. She did some work in Genshin, which was really good. And one other person who has not been in anime yet, but she's also great, is my friend Shakira Dunn. She's one of the best remote voice actors that I know of, and of course, because of location, she hasn't been able to get in. That's at least from my point of view, that's what it is. Think of it. Lucy Christian is also one of my favorites. She voices Otaku in My Hero. So yeah, those are more the popular ones.
Yeah, nice one. And like in India also, Crunchyroll is trying to bring Hindi dub episodes of some animes, and they're doing it pretty great. Hindi dub, like when I was actually a kid, when I was a kid, there used to be a channel named Hangama, and so over there, Shinchan and Doraemon used to be shown in TV, and some Hindi voice they used to come in Hindi dub, and some popular Hindi voice actors used to do the dubbings, and we still I still follow them on Instagram. I still love their voices, and one would have Shinchan's voice. I sometimes mimic her, and she does it pretty great, And
Yeah.
Now, speaking of voice acting only, I'll move on to my next question. So just hold on a bit. We have often seen that when it comes to English dub, it is often criticized with the original Japanese dub, and the people mainly have complained that it's not that much authentic. So same thing happens with Hindi dub as well. Like they say that it's not that good and all. It often faces criticism, mainly when it is compared with the original Japanese dub. So my question is, what is your opinion on this, about this criticism?
Of course, definitely. So I'm going to get very technical for anybody who listens to this, who watches this. Dubbing is hard. Dubbing is very hard. It takes practice. It takes you build that skill up. It's like a muscle. It's like going to the gym. You have to build it up. You have to keep practicing at it, getting better at it, getting stronger in it. That's why it has its own category, ADR dubbing. Whenever you're like, for example, when a voice actor is signing up for a talent roster, it'll have different categories like animation work, audiobooks, all that kind of stuff, ADR dubbing. So it's hard. And the acting, you can't really judge an actor when they're dubbing, in my opinion. Now, if it's super bad and it's like they're not even putting effort in, that's one thing. But even then, like, it's localization as well. If the person knows English, that English voice actor, that English dubber needs to talk in a way where everybody can understand them. So it can be very hard. Like, you can probably see there can be very awkward pauses in dubbing, like a stop mid-sentence, and it's just like, no one talks like that. But it's like, well, that's not the actor's fault. Yeah, it has to sync well. Definitely, it has to sync well. You have to match the lip flaps, all that kind of stuff, and you have to match the emotion that's on the screen while doing all of that, and getting the timing right, and also, again, localizing it, making it known that, like, portraying what the script was like, what was written, and saying it in a way that everybody can understand you. You're limited, and you have to work with what you got in dubbing. It takes a lot of skill. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. I mean, in my sessions I've had here, it can be very stressful because you're looking at the screen, you have to match the lip flaps, and then also look at the script, and you have to work. It's like you're doing double work, or you're double tasking, because it's an instinct. You have to build an instinct with it. Good timing, good instincts. But in regards to what the public may see, I'm not going to expect, the public, the viewers to understand all that. They're not. Some of them may understand, but it's like, I don't want to put that all on their plate. They're just wanting to get entertained. It's not their burden to understand so much what we do. It's us doing a great job in entertaining them. Simple as that. It makes me sad seeing, like, for example, like, an anime project that doesn't do well, that doesn't get recepted well, but the actors may have, they busted their ass for that. I understand how hard it can be in those dubbing sessions. You can, like, be stuck on one single line with 4 words, but one of the words is this ungodly word that we don't talk or don't say, and you mess up on that line 13 times, and let's say you got it right 5 times, but the sync wasn't right. So you have to say it in a very weird way to get it synced, to get the timing right, and to at least get a little bit of the inflection right. It's a lot, Mayuk. It's a lot, because dubbing, yeah, it can be criticized so much because actors are limited to what they're seeing on the screen, to their timing, and to what they're being asked. Yeah, it's very hard. And in the way that we do it, it's different from what how the seiyus do it. I am not going to speak like I know what they do, because I've been over here in America. I'm not a seiyu. I'm not a Japanese voice actor. So I'm not going to speak on their part. They do it in a different way, and it would be awesome to learn how they did it. It'd be awesome to go, to watch Mamoru Miyano, one of my favorite seiyus, freaking seeing how he does it. But that opportunity hasn't come yet, so hopefully in the future. But yeah, we do it differently over here in America, and it can be very hard when that criticism comes, because personally, having friends in that industry, having friends over in Texas, here in the United States, and in LA, Los Angeles, they do what they can. They show their acting chops as much as they can within dubbing, but they're limited, and they have to match the lip flaps and the timing. So, yeah.
So how do you handle this type of criticism?
You have to roll with the punches, man. I will say I haven't been in that situation quite yet. As a anime voice actor, I haven't had enough experience in that aspect or in that field to really say if I've gotten criticized or anything like that. I know it's coming. I'm ready. But I can imagine with people who get criticized for their dubbing, we can start with that. It can be very demoralizing, but you just have to roll with the punches. That's just what you signed up for. You know, we put ourselves, entertainers put themselves in the spotlight, and you know, we're signing up to willingly get judged. And it's not a lot of what a lot of people want to do. That's why some people get scared to be actors, because you're basically signing a mental contract that you are wanting to get judged every day. You know, you will fail almost every day. Like with an audition, it can be as simple as that. Like you can send an audition, you didn't get it, boom. You know, and that's when the imposter syndrome starts to come in. I deal with that a lot. I'm not the best at handling it. That's why I talk to my friends a lot. That's why, and I will be open about this. That's why I've started, I've gone to therapy, and I've started to go to therapy again. It's any type of resources that you can have to have a positive influence to keep your mental wellness in check while you're in a field like this, especially, is very important, because you need to know that your self-worth is always going to be there, that you always will have a voice that's worthy of being heard. And I think that's what a lot of actors kind of, that's their defense in combating criticism like that. Now, if it's critiques from like a coach or anything like that, that's different. You're learning. You signed up for that. You signed up to get critiqued, even though you did well, like let's say on a monologue. You didn't come in there to get, complimented and be treated like a king or queen. No, you went in there to get critiqued. But in regards to, just criticism as a whole, like, let's say you do this one anime, and you're one of the main characters, and it just sometimes it wasn't the best work you did, and you get criticized for it. You have to just roll with it. You have to roll with the punches, because you know that the next job you have, you've learned, and you can try to apply what you learned from the criticism. That's what we signed up for, man. That's all I gotta say. Like, we talk to people, we try to get that good feedback, that good encouragement from the people closest to us, or even going to a therapist. But then combating the criticism as a whole from the public, we just have to take it in stride.
Okay. So the next question I'm going to ask you is that it's regarding Trio. So what was your experience working with them?
Yeah. Amazing. I connected with Saurav and his team. I did a cold message. I reached out to him. I loved what they were doing, and he responded back, said he needed voice actors, and I'm just like, yeah, sure. I'd love to help. And from that point, we connected. We actually did a little convention together. That was fantastic. And hanging out with Saurav is just amazing. He's a cool dude. Has a lot of experience, life experience. It's great to learn from him. But it's just been very cool, very, very nice, very smooth sailing. No incidents or anything like that. No drama. It's just, just a bunch of people wanting to make this passion project and take it how far they can go. And I feel like they can go far. And it's just been a very good experience all around. They just went to Delhi Comic-Con, which was really big. And just to get exposure out there, in their home turf, basically, it's fantastic. and I just can't wait to do more work with them. It's going to be really awesome. It's going to be really good. I'm very blessed to have connected with Sarab and trying to see where this can go, because I think it can go far.
And the last question which I'm going to ask you now is, what are your future plans when it comes to voice acting?
Future plans when it comes to voice acting. So one, I want to build up my business more. It's one of my selfish goals, I'll be honest. I want to make 6 figures or more with this, and just voiceover alone. It's a challenge, and I know it's money. I hate to talk about money, but it's that's one goal, a selfish goal. Another goal, like more legit goal, is at some point in the next year or so, I want to move out to Texas. I want to give it a shot. Definitely, I've been building myself up. There's things I still need to work on, mentally and with my skills, in my opinion. But to really go out there and shoot to get into more, anime, that would be good. More even, and also branch out to Los Angeles, and maybe do work out there. That's a big maybe, but Texas is definitely doable in the next year or so. To just go out there and voice act with my friends, that would be fantastic. That's my goal right now. Personal goals is to just continue getting better in my personal life with some of the issues I've been dealing with, just with mental health and all that. Continuing to go to therapy, continuing to be with friends, to talk with them, finding new hobbies, playing more video games, because I don't think I play enough. I need to play the new God of War DLC. I need to do that. And preparing for Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is coming out next year, hopefully. But yeah, just finding new hobbies, having having good life goals is also important. So, yeah.
So now we are going to move on to the last segment of our podcast. It is going to be a rapid fire round. We have this thing in every podcast session of ours, a rapid fire round with our guest. And the name of this round is Talk no Jutsu round. So Naruto, Talk no Jutsu, you can understand well. So
Yeah.
I'll be asking a few questions. You have to answer it very fast, okay? So my first question is, favorite anime or manga? Anything you can say.
Berserk.
Berserk, okay. Favorite anime / manga character?
Guts.
Guts, okay. Favorite anime OST, like soundtrack, opening, ending, anything, theme song?
Oh man. Okay. So I'm gonna say the first thing that comes to mind, and it was recent, the Vinland Saga soundtrack.
Okay, nice. Favorite voice actor?
J. Michael Tatum. And my favorite Japanese voice actor, Mamoru Miyano.
Okay. Anime or manga?
Anime, for me personally.
Okay. DC or Marvel?
Marvel. Marvel.
No second choice. Okay.
No second choice. No.
Now my next question is, what would be the first thing after you land up in Japan? What would be the first thing you would do?
Get something to eat. Get a steamed bun, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yep, that's what I would do. Get that
No
steamed,
way to
get the steamed
Shibuya.
buns.
Actually, Shibuya is facing problem right now because of JJK. Okay, last question is.
I can't wait.
Okay, last question is. What would you prefer? $100,000 or a round trip to an anime world? Your favorite anime? Anything?
Anime world. Because money runs out, dude. Even if you try to invest it, you can invest it in the wrong things. Definitely check out that anime world, whatever. And if I can find a one that expands different universes and I can go to multiverses, dude, the possibilities are endless. You can definitely just go into another world, make friends there, and I mean, come on. It's great. But yeah, anime world for sure.
Nice. And part question, which anime world? Will it be a world like Attack on Titan?
Yo, bro, I don't have a death wish. I don't know. It would probably be one of the more comedic ones. I mean, one of my favorite animes is Toradora, actually. I've always related to the character Ryuji Takasu. So I don't know. It'd be cool to hang out with him. It'd be cool. It'd be awesome. It'd be chill.
Okay, so that marks the end of our rapid fire session. So once again, thank you so much, Josh, for coming to our podcast. We are really happy that you've shown interest in our podcast.
Of course.
So do you have anything to ask us?
Just would it be cool to do this again with you all? I'd love to do that.
Sure, not an issue. So Josh, how was the podcast today?
Marco Baladashe.
कौन बोल रहे हैं पर शब्द हमारे हैं.
Thank you
Hey.
a lot. আমারও খুব ভালো লেগেছে
very
তোমার
much.
সাথে কথা বলে.
Yes, thank you. Seriously though, thank you for having me. Thank you for taking the time to talk. I know it's getting late over there, so yeah, thank you very much, man. Like, share, comment, help Bong Anime get bigger.
Yeah. So please guys, like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such podcasts. We will be doing more like this, okay? So that's it for today. Till then, sayonara and stay safe. Bye-bye.